What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe with No Days Off DFS here to bring you that WNBA slate breakdown for the semifinal playoffs, man. And we are literally probably looking at the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA finals once again, taking on maybe the Phoenix Mercury. And Alyssa Thomas might finally get her ring. If you guys are new here, you guys enjoying the content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for your boy and drop a like on the video if this video or any of my other videos content help you guys win some money. With that being said, we're gonna look at the slate right here, but we're gonna look at some other stuff from yesterday's slate and see if we can't find anything that can help us figure out what value truly is going to stick out and be good for us on today's slate. Of course, I'm recording this the day before so you guys can get this early enough. The tip-off time is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the first game, the Aces taking on the Fever, where they can go ahead and wrap this up going up against them. Then, of course, the later game is at 7. We got some news for that second game. Of course, we had no injuries throughout the whole playoff so far. But Nafisha Collier left last night's game in a boot. Well, not even in a boot, on a scooter. She was scooting following Friday's game. If you guys didn't see it, literally the last 40 seconds of that game, might have been 20 seconds, where Fee inbound the ball, got it back, was going in for a layup. Alyssa Thomas, she timed it right. She got the tip, but made contact with Fee's lower body. That ankle made a whole 90-degree turn, touched the court, banged up her knee, and she was down. Cheryl Reeves, of course, she got ejected. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's going all around. And I'm going to take a second to say something that we've been talking about almost all season. And refs are trash. They're ass. They're shit. They are horrible. The refs for the WNBA, period, are the worst. And if one of the things that the players are doing in the new CBA, of course, I know they're negotiating their contracts in regards to how much they can get paid, the percentages and all the other good stuff, please put something in there for the referees, because this is ridiculous. It feels like we're getting refs off the side of the street. The amount of non-calls that should be called, and then the calls that are being called, it's too inconsistent, very inconsistent. And this has been something that has been, to me, the worst this season specifically. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but the calls are bad. Now, the phantom calls and stuff like that, I'm not going to talk anything on that, but the injuries this year, to me, seems like this is the most amount of injuries that I've seen specifically in the W, especially those lower body injuries, those that are coming from a lot of contact, things like that, versus what I've seen in years prior. That's going to be my little in rant on that right there. Anyway, looking at it, Las Vegas Aces, they got a chance to close it out. The Fever, they choked. They had a chance. When you got A'ja Wilson going out there and she's shooting 6 of 20, she went 1 of 11 from the field in the first half. She had sub 10 points. She had, I think, 2 points going into the second half. And she only dropped 13. Of course, big ups from Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, who played amazing on the road. They literally carried it. And then, of course, another great game from Nalissa Smith. Back-to-back great games. I know I said it. I said I wasn't going to chase that right there. And I'm going to stand true to that again. I'm not going to chase Nalissa Smith going in here having another great game. I'm not. I just personally cannot do it. I just know Nalissa from what I've seen and everything. Now, granted, some of the stuff that they did change up, we're going to talk about that in a second for the Fever, might pay some dividends for her going into this rematch again coming up for tomorrow. This is from last night's game right here, and we're going to focus on the Indiana Fever side. One of the big things that we did notice, of course, is that Natasha Howard pretty much played off the floor, and we saw major minutes for one rookie known as Timpson. She was out there quite a bit last night, had the task of trying to guard and try to deal with A'ja Wilson, and she did not do bad. I personally do not believe that she did bad. She actually looked pretty good, especially a rookie going into the limelight, which we've seen that with Malunga in round 1, her being out there, her being tasked to guard A'ja Wilson as well, and she did pretty well until it came for that closeout game where Seattle Storm, they could have won. They could have won. It could have been the Seattle Storm going against the Indiana Fever. It'll be interesting enough to see if they go right back to that again with Timpson getting those minutes. So unfortunately now, besides Breonna Turner, who did still play a good chunk, she could have did a little bit more, but Timpson, who is a little bit more offensive inclined, who I do believe she will go ahead and pull the trigger, take those shots and things like that. Another little wrinkle that we have going into this, Shea Petty, those minutes, that right there was just simply because Odyssey Sims just 0-7, played like trash. She was ass. She was horrible. I do not expect O to go back out here again and do that back-to-back games. It'll be interesting enough to see if we do see more minutes for Shea, but Shea Petty is not an offensive player. She's more of the table setter, and you kind of need someone that can go out there and create and get their own shots. Again, honestly, she just missed some easy looks and things like that. I wouldn't mind going right back to her. Of course, we had Kelsey Mitchell go out there, be able to drop 20 points like what was expected, bounce back a position for her, was able to get some rest, but 3 of 11 from 3. I'll take that for her. 8 of 26, that is to be expected. And then, of course, Lexi Hull. The Lexi Hull game. Double-double for Lexi Hull. 4 assists, a steal, 2 blocks. She played amazing out there. And they're going to need her to do that once again. Lexi has to step up again right there. It's kind of crazy to even think. And I said it numerous times. I didn't want to play Lexi on the road. I don't want to play Lexi on the road. When she gets home, that's when I want to play Lexi. Did I play Lexi last night? No, I didn't fit her into my line. Instead, I ended up going with Odyssey Sims. And of course, the Lexi Hull game. Guys, take notes, because I read the stuff, I look at it, I figure it out, and then of course myself sometimes I don't even go with some of the information that it is I pan out, and shit just goes awry. Anyway, looking at the slate over here from Las Vegas Aces side of things, A'ja Wilson, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray. We know that's the main 3-headed monster over here. Jackie Young finally was able to shake loose a little bit, got 37.8 fantasy points, found her shot. She was definitely out there doing what she does, creating, rebounding, playing some pretty good defense. 10-5, if you cannot get up here to A'ja, you don't want to get up here to A'ja, that makes sense. I don't believe Asia's going to go out here and have back-to-back really shitty, sloppy games, but if the pressure is going to be on there, that one-on-one defense with Aaliyah Boston attempts it out there, or the traps and doubles does actually come, because the Fever are desperate now to actually win this game, and we can see A'ja Wilson being taken out once again, then definitely, of course, Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray will be the primary 2 that we should see. Whenever A'ja's shot is not falling, it is going to fall onto the back of Chelsea Gray to actually step up, get a couple more shots. And she does get clean open looks. She just has not been aggressive, typically, at least to me in my eyes. She's not aggressive whenever she does have the ball. She is typically looking to table set, which is normally what the point guard is out there to do. 9,100, that is a bit rich to pay up for her. And I will admit, especially if I'm going to not have Nafisa Carlin out there, I will primarily be focusing on the Courtney Williams and the Kayla McBride. Hopefully we'll get some news, some update later on today in regards to what's going on with feed to help make that decision a little bit easier. Definitely, once again, one of the big things that I didn't notice was the stacking. The stacking from one of the 2 games is what has been helping. Getting about 4 to 5 pieces from one of these games has really been the key in regards to taking down something and being able to have a good day. Looking at it for the total on these games for it, the totals aren't anything crazy. We got a 159 total in the Aces game and then 156 total in the Minnesota Lynx and Phoenix Mercury game. So interesting enough, but just stacking one of these 2 games has really been the key and an easy way to make it there. Melissa Smith, of course, back-to-back really great games. If you want to mess with that fire, go ahead. Not bad at all, especially if she's having to deal with the lackadaisy defense, and most of the pressure and assignments are going towards trying to slow down Jackie Young and try to slow down A'ja Wilson. That is where I could see the 1-2 punch of maybe a Chelsea Gray and Alyssa Smith being able to work. Now, Alyssa's been able to live underneath that basket. She's been getting to the free throw lines and things like that, and also rebounding the ball pretty well, especially from the box outs that you are getting to A'ja Wilson. That has been able to help her be able to just give us some type of production when she's out there on the court. 4 rebounds, 16 points, 4 blocks, 4 blickies, 4 blocks, and a steal. Stepped up majorly on the defensive side of the ball. Again, you can definitely chase that if you want to. Dana Evans, the fact that her price dropped and she's just staying steady down here and she's seeing upwards of over 15 minutes a game, I still will consider her as a decent value option that we can get. When she comes in, she's table setting, she's looking aggressively to get downhill, get her shots and things like that, and I don't mind her. She's been the more steady bench players that we've seen so far from these teams right now in the playoffs. I do like Dana Evans once again, especially as Jewel Lloyd continues to struggle. Now, Jewel is still coming in there for Kirsten Bell, getting those minutes, but when Jewel doesn't have it, Becky's pulling her and she's going ahead and putting Dana Evans into the game. This could be possibly the day we get Jewel Lloyd to pop off, as everyone else, of course, is chasing the Alyssa Smith, chasing the Dana Evans. I would definitely have Jewel Lloyd, if I'm making multiple lineups, as an option that I can pivot to in one of those lines instead. Everyone else over here, we did see some really nice minutes from Megan, which was pretty cool to see her out there, but I'm not going to go down there. As far as I will go down, we'll be down here to Dana, will be the lowest I would go. This is a closeout game for them, and I really feel like the usage, everything should be concentrated between those main 3 starters right there, and then the auxiliary pieces that could possibly get some fluff. If I got to rank the aces over here, of course, A'ja Wilson is going to be up at the top. If we can't get to A'ja, then of course, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, both of those guys right there. Dana Evans, Alyssa Smith, Jewel Lloyd. Now, if I want to get crazy, wonky, and wild, A'ja Wilson, Jewel Lloyd, then Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Dana Evans, Nalissa Smith. That would be the order that I would put it into. Of course, no bias in that. It's just Jewel cannot continue to shoot that bad, and especially just playing the minutes that she's playing. She can't. Going on over to the Indiana Fever side of things, like I said, and Natasha Howard was brought here to be a vet. And those minutes slowly creeping down each game, maybe getting outplayed by a rookie might light a fire underneath her out here. I'm not too sure if I want to be there to find out. I know for a fact, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, both of those guys, they're going to be out there. They're going to play a shit ton of minutes, and they're going to have to do what they got to do. Aaliyah, she just got to make more shots, man. She's out there. Lex Davia out there on the rebounding side she had 7 rebounds going into the half. Finished the game with 8. My mind was blown, and I didn't understand it because she had multiple chances to get some boards, just didn't get them. I'll be surprised if she comes off the court again because she was out there for 38 minutes. Again, this is a closeout game. I would expect her to play as many minutes as she can, as long as she's not in foul trouble. Decent play, decent option. 11-3. I feel like the price has gone up, what, 200? Yeah, 200 for her. Again, closeout game. If they want to stretch this, get it back to Vegas, possibly to go ahead and make it a true 5-game series. Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell are going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting. If you believe that Natasha Howard can actually come full circle, come back around, and just figure it out, give us like what she gave us in game 1, where she was out there being able to play those minutes, you definitely can go ahead and risk it for the biscuit. But 8,500, I'm really not too sure if I want to get there. I don't have no problem going right back to Odyssey Sims. I do just feel like this was just a bad game. Bad shooting night. She was still out there. She was still producing, facilitating. She was rebounding. She was trying to play really great defense. Shot just was not falling. So, of course, what do you got to do? Hey, Stephanie White, she said, hey, come on. I got to get someone that can actually give me some more production out here because you're jacking up some pretty shitty shots. We need something from someone else. So definitely do not mind going right back to Odyssey Sims. Lexi Hull, 7,100. Who would have thought that in the playoffs we'd be looking at Lexi Hull as a potential playing option? She's played great back-to-back games. I don't see anything to take me off of wanting to play Lexi. She, of course, would be the lesser in regards to who we're going to pay attention to over there on the defensive side. For Vegas, she's finding those open shots, especially on the left side of the court. Left side of the court, especially more towards top of the key. Over there in that corner, and the corner shots, they're falling. They're there for her. I don't mind going right back to Lexi Hull, especially she is a really great rebounding guard as it stands as well. Don't mind. I don't expect another double-double from her, but definitely someone I'll keep on my radar. And if you want to risk it, going back to Timpson, you feel like she's going to be able to get some burn and run. Maybe you see some more coach talk before the actual game starts or something like that. That gives you an indication that we might see more minutes for Timpson. Then definitely I wouldn't mind risking it with Timpson. But the main place that we want to get to over here for the Indiana Fever, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Odyssey Sims, Lexi Hull. Risk it with Natasha Howard. Risk it with Brianna Turner. She's going to be out there for her defense and what she can do. But they've already shown us that they will play Timpson some more minutes. So Timpson, unfortunately, will be ranked above Brianna Turner. I would not be surprised if so many people go trying to chase after Timpson just simply because she did get the start and she was out there on the court. Flipping on over here to the Minnesota Lynx side of things. Of course, we have to know what's going to go on with Napheesa Collier. If he is out, we finally, which kind of, we didn't see it because, of course, it's not like she got injured at the beginning of the game or anything like that. But we should finally see, and this is going to be my main player that I want to get to. We should see Jessica fucking Shepard in this game play a significant amount of minutes. It should be Alana Smith moved up to the 4, Jessica Shepard out there at the center spot, and we know opposing centers, they can go out there and crush and have big days. Speaking of, they kind of went small, honestly, for the Minnesota Lynx because we saw Natasha Heidemann finally have that big game for her, 29 fantasy points in 23 minutes. Of course, no Dejanay Carrington, so she's getting all the burn. But both of these players, this could be like what we were doing to end the season where you were running that Natasha Heidemann and the Jessica Shepard combo over here from the Minnesota Lynx, just because they're not Heidemann, of course, coming off the bench, but what she was able to do in those spurts and everything, and she got it going good in that game, was getting downhill to the rim. They have no rim protection out there. Satu is not a rim protector. Alyssa Thomas is not a rim protector. Whoever the hell else they had out there, they're not rim protectors. Heidemann getting to the cup, literally just laying it up over and over again, going left continuously. So I don't mind looking towards Natasha Heidemann as a potential playing option, especially if Fee is going to be out and we get Jessica Shepard moving to the starting lineup. I like that little 1-2 combo right there. If Fee is also out as well, of course, we are going to have to look to Courtney Williams. We know her usage just go up a little bit with Fee being out there off the court, and she has to score a bit more without Fee being on the court. So 10-8, not bad. I would definitely have to take it and look right there in that direction. Taurus or Kayla McBride, 9,200, a little bit rich. I think that Courtney Chelsea Gray has a safer floor right now than Kayla McBride in regards, because Kayla, she can go cold. But of course, no Fee being out there. If he's going to be out, we will expect for Kelly to have to do a bit more. Seemed like they were able to lock her down a little bit better on defense. Wasn't able to get over 15 points in that game, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Maria, she played significant minutes. Again, Alana Smith got benched. We saw Maria out there, and she was being very productive. The rebounding, the putbacks, the defense, the blocks, everything. Definitely going to have her in my player pool. I'm not too sure how much I want to go back to her. If Jessica Shepard does get the start, and she's out there with Alana, then yes, we are going to have to look towards Maria, because she is technically the only backup big that they truly have that they can put out there on the court. And then if she outplays Jessica Shepard, we can see some decent minutes out there for Maria. This will be the first time, truly, this is only if he's going to be out, that I feel like we have true, actual pinpoint value that we can look to that has upside this time on the slate, that we can feel comfortable and confident in for the slate. Of course, all that's going to hinder on if Nafis Collar is going to be in or out. Going on over to the Phoenix Mercury side, who would have thought they would have been here? Alyssa Thomas has shown me that she can truly she is the steady, and they've kept her price steady continuously. Jessica Shepard, Maria, whoever the hell is out there, I don't care. Alyssa Thomas, the engine, everything that goes for the Phoenix Mercury goes to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas will be the prime main stud that I do believe you want to play. You want to get different, that is where you're going to fade AT again, and you're going to go towards a Satu Sabli, Kalia Copper, Courtney Williams, Asia Wilson, something like that. But AT has shown us she's consistent. She's going to at least get us 40 fantasy points. That's the floor. That's the baseline that she's going to get for us. And I want that inside of my lineup. 13.5. Price came down. I like that right there. Satu had a shitty game shooting wise. She truly did not get going until the fourth. Definitely more upside for her. I don't mind going right back to Satu as a potential option. 10-3. That's one way you can get different. We finally had the big game from, well, quote unquote big game from Kalia Copper, was actually able to go out there and score. Everyone else over here for me for the Phoenix Mercury. When I look at him, Sam Wickham, she's still out there. She's playing her minutes. She's got 24 minutes again. No OT game really to help boost it up. 207 from the field. Didn't shoot great. Didn't shoot the three ball great at all. I still would contend her, but 6,500 is a little bit much to actually pay for her. More than DeWanna Bonner now. I would rather play DeWanna Bonner than playing Sam Wickham, simply because of the price. Bonner got back to her rebounding ways without Fee being out there. 1 of 7 from the field. She's taking the shots. She's just not making them. So if we do actually get DB to knock down some shots, along with the rebounding edge that she does have, we could have a decent day for her. And I do believe she can outpace and outwork Sammy Whitcomb in regards to production, especially because she is pretty disruptive on the defense side of the ball as well. And she is known for her decent defense. Monique, she's out there. She's starting right now. Definitely would be the better play between her and Sammy Whitcomb price-wise. Just for the price would be why I would look there. And then unfortunately, I do have to mention West Bell. She played 15 minutes last time. She played 15 minutes the game before. Was not as productive as what she was the game prior, where she was able to put up some really great numbers. 4K though, that is a little bit much when you're looking at what we have down here for value. On today's slate, let's go down to the sub 5K. Monique, Dana Evans, Brianna Turner, Shea Petty, if you really want to go crazy and go there. Maria, if he's going to be out, and we know that we're going to have to get either Shepard or Maria getting the start, Maria would definitely be something that we look to. And then Timpson, all those players below West Bell make more sense to me than going over to her as a potential play. Hopefully I was able to give you guys something from this and you guys did enjoy the content. If you did and you guys are enjoying what your boy does over here, make sure you guys drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss any of the content your boy drops over here for me. I'm also going to be posting you guys some NFL props in a bit. So if you guys watch this, made it to the end, definitely stay tuned for that over here on the channel. Good luck to everybody. Peace.